What is up, guys? It's Mike with the Fastlane car, and check it out. Behind me is a 2015 Golf GTI. In fact, it's my car. I've owned it for 2 years, has 13,700 miles on it. Today, I'm going to tell you the things that I love and the things that I hate about this car. I'm a broke college student, guys, so I went for the cheapest GTI you could find. This one came in with a sticker price just over $26,000. I ended up walking out the door just under 25, so I got a pretty good deal. I'm a fairly positive person, so I figured I would start out with the things that I love about this car before I tell you what I hate. One of those things is, of course, this awesome little engine. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that makes 210 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. In my case, it's matched up to a 6-speed manual transmission that powers the front wheels. I love this engine because it's fast, it's fun, it's rev happy, it's torquey, but on top of all of that, it actually gets great gas mileage. Now, Volkswagen says that it should get 25 in the city, 34 on the highway, and 28 combined. I have a kind of heavy right foot, I drive a little fast sometimes, so I end up getting a little worse than that. My long-term mileage is 27 on average. When I'm in the city, I get closer to 23, but on a recent trip up into the mountains, I actually got 38 miles to the gallon and almost 400 miles on one tank. One fun thing to watch is that this little GTI actually rides across the screen as you're getting closer to empty. One of the main reasons you buy a GTI is for the fun to drive factor. And let me tell you, is this car fun to drive? I mean, it's just a blast. The little engine, it's not a ton of horsepower. It is a lot of torque actually for a 4-cylinder, but this thing just loves to go. Loves to stretch its legs, loves to go through a canyon. It'll just tear up a canyon, no problem. Do you guys know what these are? No, they are not oversized Viagra pills. I actually didn't know what they were either until I had them taken out of my car. These are called StrutBucks, and they're put in the shock tower during transport from the factory to make sure that the suspension doesn't compress too much. Now, ideally, your dealer is supposed to take these out when they get the car delivered from the factory. My dealership did not do that, so I ended up driving almost 2,000 miles on these little plastic pucks, which actually ended up doing $800 worth of damage to my suspension. Now, fortunately, my dealership paid for the repairs and compensated me a little bit extra to help me out because it was a silly mistake, but it's something to look out for and one of the bigger issues I've had with this car so far. Another thing that I love about this car is, of course, the interior. I have this lovely red stitched leather wrapped steering wheel. It's really nice to hold in your hands. It's nice and chunky. It has a flat bottom and it says GTI on it. Of course, there's the golf ball shift knob. That's a lot of fun. And these Titan cloth plaid seats, which it's a throwback to the original GTI, and I just love it. It's got a lot of style. As much as I love this car, there are 3 things that I really hate about it, and 2 of them are sitting right here. First up are these stock all-season Pirelli P7 Cinturano tires. They're not actually that bad of a tire, but for how much torque and power this vehicle has, it's impossible to keep traction in first and even sometimes second gear. Related to the tires are, in fact, these 18-inch Austin aluminum alloy wheels. I love the style of them, but frankly, they're so flush with the tire that it's really easy to curb them. And as you might be able to tell, I've curbed each corner of this car. Another thing I hate about this car is this piece of technology that Volkswagen calls the sound actor. Now, that is this little rubber membrane that lives under the dashboard somewhere around there that is actually connected to the engine. When the engine is under load, it vibrates and kind of augments some engine noise. A lot of people don't like that. I actually don't mind the noise so much itself as much as I mind the fact that I know it's fake. Now, interestingly, there's actually a way to turn that off. Like many sporty cars, or even some not sporty cars, this of course has normal and sport mode. And when you put it in normal mode, the sound actor is actually turned down quite a bit as compared to sport mode. So I'm in normal mode right now. I'll throw it down into second gear and I'll give it a bit of gas so you can hear what it sounds like. So that's a little second gear sprint without the sound actor on. And then I'll switch it over to sport mode and we can do a little comparison. I'll slow it back down again, give it a little rev, so you can maybe hear the difference. It's a little bit more rumbly, you know, it's not a bad noise, I don't think. Guys, I love this hatchback. It's really practical and lets me fit a ton of stuff in the back of my car. However, I am a bit mad at myself. You see, I actually bought this car a year too early. In 2015, it was lacking a number of standard features that Volkswagen actually ended up putting on the car in 2016. Some of those things would be a backup camera that would go right there. There's keyless entry, push button start, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, I don't have any of those features, Do I really care? Not that much, but it would have been nice to have those extra things for no extra cost. Last year in the US, Volkswagen sold over 24,000 Golf GTIs and over 62,000 Golfs, making it by far one of their most popular cars. Hopefully today I've helped to explain why exactly that is. If you ask me if I'd buy this car again, my answer to you would be heck yes. I absolutely love this thing. Of course I have my small gripes with it, like those pesky tires, but overall it's just a blast to drive, it's efficient, and it's practical. Now please be sure to go back to tflcar.com for more news, views, and real world full-time owner reviews. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.